Hi. Well, it looks like I don't have any takers on today's video conference, but I'll go ahead and do a quick video anyway, and we'll see what normally would be covered. Chapter 9 is about pointers and dynamic arrays. Pointers, you may remember from the first semester C++ are memory addresses of variables, and we declare a pointer by declaring them the same way as variables of the type that we're pointing to, except by including an asterisk at the beginning of the variable name. That indicates that it's a pointer. If you look in your book on page 498, there's a diagram of some code there that shows you how pointers can be allocated and reused. You should be familiar with the new operator that allows you to create dynamic memory, dynamic variables that you can then point to with a pointer variable. If you do allocate memory that way, it is taken from the free store or heap, and once you're through with it, you need to get rid of it by using the delete operator. If you have two pointers pointing to the same piece of dynamic memory and you use the delete operator on one of them, the other pointer is what's called a dangling pointer, meaning that it's pointing to memory that's no longer allocated, and that can cause problems. We call variables created with the new operator dynamic variables, as I mentioned. Ordinary variables that are not created with the new operator are allocated automatically for us. We've also mentioned previously global variables, but we have also recommended that you do not use them. Section 9.2 shows you how to create dynamic arrays, and there's a sample program. When you create dynamic arrays, the memory allocation routine remembers how many elements you had in your array, and when you do a delete, you delete with the syntax delete open bracket, close bracket, variable name, and that causes the variable of interest to be, or the array of interest to be deleted. Delete open bracket, close bracket A. That would work for whatever kind of array we made. And we could do whatever we wanted to with that array, and then when we were through with it, we would delete it with that delete bracket syntax. Okay. The last section is about multi-dimensional dynamic arrays, and that is especially significant because our homework assignment is creating a multidimensional dynamic array in order to redo a problem from a previous chapter. Let's take a look at the assignment. So if we go to the content section, assignment 2, chapter 9, number 3, that's on page 520. So project 11 in chapter 7 was the airplane seating chart, and I have included in the assignment some sample code that I wrote during a previous class, and we can just copy that into Visual Studio as a starting point. So here we have a type def for a character pointer char array pointer that's going to allow us to point to an array, a dynamic array of characters, and that's what I've set up for my seating chart array. If you used a different type of array, that's fine. And then here in the code, I have declared a new variable of type char array pointer called seating chart, and I've created a new array of character pointers for the number of rows, and then for each row I create another array of characters. So character pointers, characters, and that is of size seats. So basically what that's doing is creating a little array of the number of seats across. For example, if we had an airplane that has 33 rows and 9 seats across, then we first would have created the 33 rows of of pointers to arrays of characters, and then for each row 0 through 32 we would create another array of 9 characters that first array points to, and each of those 9 characters will hold the status for a particular seat. Alright, I then call the initialize seating chart function. Let's take a look at that real quick. In the initialize seating chart function, we loop through all the rows, and for each row we loop through all the seats, and we set the character for that particular seat and row to the seat number 0 through whatever. So if we had 9, that would be 0 through 8. That number plus the character A. So for 8, for example, that would be A plus 8. So A plus 8 would be B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And so we're lettering those seats A through I for each row. Okay. Following that, we have a display seating chart, which is going to display all of the seats that we just got through initializing.